Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a big show lined up and a special guest here. But first, let's take care of our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard, and a very hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today, 94, low 82. Water temperature up to 89 degrees at the end of the pier, so it went up another degree yesterday. The water is warm. Take a look at our river readings brought to us by Panama City, Coca-Cola. I was over there the other day. Good folks over there. I know a lot of them. They work hard, and I appreciate them being on the show. They're one of our big sponsors. Looking at the Apalachicola, Bluntstown, it stayed level for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now. It's reading a 3.8, steady. But take a look at the Chalk-Desert at Caryville. It's been low for about a week and a half, and look what's coming up. Right now it's reading about a 5.8, and it's going up, on the way up. There's a lot of rain that way, and that's the result of it. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Good tides again today. If you look for the weekend now, a little bit of neap tide, just a little bit, but good strong tide today. High tide is at 11:30 this morning, and it's going out all afternoon. A good outgoing tide. The wind's going to be coming in south-southwest at 11. That steady summer breeze has been right there all summer long. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, and look who our guests are. Oh, pretty regulars on the show for many years. Michael Harris and Braden Harris. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Always glad to have y'all on because they stay active in outdoors and do a lot of good things. So Braden did real well in the tournament last weekend, Redfish tournament. We're going to talk about that next segment, but right now we have this big tournament coming up. Michael and his Seasons of Hope put on every year. We're going to talk about that. We've got all kind of pictures to show you. So what's going on, fellas?
Braden's working and I'm working on this. And Braden is too. Got him running all around town putting up flyers and.
Well, this is what he's up here putting out. No, we mentioned the other day, but it's exactly 1 month away, and this is such a good cause. This is our 6th year doing it, and it's way in is down there. Brad's been so good about hosting it, and it's so many categories and all. So registration will be at Sunjammers. Right there.
Yeah, from 3 to 6.
From 3 to 6 Friday. On that Friday. And the categories over here on the left, the heaviest trout, 2 trout aggregate, redfish mystery. I love mystery weights. They're always, because anybody can win. The heaviest mullet, I might have to enter that one.
Yeah.
Trash fish.
Trash fish is what we do with trash fish. That's anything besides a shark or stingray. And that's a drawing. So all you have to do is bring a trash fish, whether it's a 5-inch choper or a 40-pound drum.
So you go by weight or you go by?
No, we just draw.
Draw. Put them in there and draw.
The reason we do that is typically in most other tournaments with trash fish, a black drum's going to win it.
Yeah.
But we figured doing it a little different that way. You know, maybe a kid that brings in a Jack Crevalle or something, you know, has a chance to win. Just something a little different.
That's a good idea. Spread out the chances
Levels out
of
the
winning.
playing field.
Yeah.
And we got the mystery weight idea from the Bayou Bash tournament out of Port St. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also, we come up with that on a Friday, and we'll either let you know that night or the day of the tournament what the weight will be.
Yeah. So that
last year was 3.2 pounds, so we just do something different.
Okay.
It's going to be a super odd weight.
Well, that's good. Now, they can they put in anywhere?
Yes, sir. Start
Okay.
daylight.
Wade fish from the marina, wherever you want to go.
That's the beauty of it. You can fish anywhere and any kind of fishing, kayak, boat, wade fishing, fish off the bridge, do all of it.
Wherever you want to start from.
Yeah. I know last year it was just a good turnout. We had good prizes. I know the kids, every kid just about got something, right?
Yeah, every kid does get something. Yeah. Every kid that brings a fish in wins a prize.
If a kid just brings in, it could be a little trophy, I guess, for mystery fish or whatever. You bring them in, and we had a table full of prizes. So, man, that's a win-win right there.
They can stand on the dock right there behind us at the boat ramp and Catch a choker, bring it up there.
You really could now.
Yep.
That's a good point.
And if somebody has some kids they want to take fish and don't have somebody to take them, call me and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
For sure, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, the people are really good about doing that. So it's going to be, the weigh-in is at 3, right?
Yes, sir.
3
Just be
o'clock?
there by 3. You don't got to come run up there with a bag of fish or just say, hey, I'm here.
We plan on being there. We see a lot of repeat people, but every year we see new folks coming in.
Sure do.
They just want to. And the thing about this is not like this. You know, like braiding fishes, these redfish tournaments. You got to be pretty good to fish those, and so you got that high level of fishermen like braiding. But this tournament is open to everybody, and everybody can win.
Had a guy call yesterday from Mobile.
Did it really?
Yeah. And they're going to come fish just to support it.
Yeah. And this is Seasons of Hope. How many years you been doing Seasons of Hope?
This will be 17.
17th year of Seasons of Hope, and all he's done is it's simple. All he's done is help other people. It's as simple as basically it's as simple as that. I mean, that's all he's done. Just year after year after year for 17 years, Michael and Braden and the Seasons of Hope staff have helped other folks, and this is where we can pitch in and be a part of it. It's just I love it. I've been on rabbit hunting trips and deer hunting trips and fishing trips, and I'm just honored to be a part of Seasons of Hope, and I just admire everything y'all do.
My dad was a big part. He can't be so much anymore, but he was a big part too.
Your dad was awesome when they got it started, just getting everything done.
And now, like with this term, we've changed to where we don't get all the funds. A lot of places the funds go to that organization, but we spread it out.
Yeah.
Last year we tried it, and last year we had 7 recipients. They all received $1,000 each.
Good deal.
So the goal is we have 12 this year, and hopefully they all get $1,000 each.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and Braden, this past weekend, they caught a bunch of redfish. He may not tell you right where they caught them, but we're going to show pictures of how that redfish tournament down in Apalachicola was very good. So let's take a break. We'll come back and talk to Braden. Okay, welcome back. Let's talk a little bit about redfishing this past weekend. The Emerald Coast Redfish Association or group.
Yeah, Emerald Coast Redfish Circuit.
We've covered them before. They go to different areas on the Emerald Coast. This past weekend they were in Apalachicola.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell us about it. You did well.
Yeah, I did all right. We had 8 boats show up, not the turnout we were hoping for. But we had 2 teams come all the way from Navarre and Pensacola. One of the teams stayed the night there Friday night, but one of them got up at 12:30 that morning and drove all the way over there to fish with us.
Yeah.
They're hardcore.
That's hardcore.
They are. I love fishing around them. They're 2 great guys. Keith Matola, Bill Lipscomb over there in Navarre, great dudes. Always enjoy fishing around them.
So y'all got out there, got after them, and y'all fished all day at about 3. Is the weigh in?
Yeah, so 3 o'clock their time over there.
Yeah.
And we weighed in. We had a little bit of weather come in, and but we were able to weigh in and get out of there before it got too bad.
All right, so we got some pictures here. I recognize these fellas.
Yeah, that was 3rd place. That was Kevin and Dennis Eifred. They're always tough competition. They always do good. Very consistent fishermen.
The Eifred brothers.
Yep.
All right.
They're awesome to fish around. Yep, and there's Fred and Carter. Those 2 are hard to beat. Anywhere you go. Last tournament, we come in 2nd place behind them again.
And they got first place this year.
Yeah, they got first place 2 times in a row. And there's me and Joe. We were 2nd place.
Now that's 3 teams right there. 1, 2, 3, all from right here in town, and all doing well.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's cool. That's a pretty fish there, Braden.
Yeah, that was I want to say he was just barely over slot, about 27 and a quarter. And the fish were just fat. Yeah. Every one of them we caught.
That's funny. And then
that fish was a little closer to 28, but we'd had 2 nice fish in the box. Usually during a tournament, we won't really bother taking pictures of the fish we're catching.
Right.
But I told Joe, I said, we've got 2 nice fish in the box. We were just at nonstop action, just catching them all morning. I said, let's stop and take a picture of a few of these
I'm glad
fish.
y'all did, because it was, look at these weights, all right? first place. Wow, that's pretty strong right there.
Yeah.
8-pounder and a 7.5-pounder, 15.47 pounds. I mean, okay, then second place, Braden, y'all had, I mean, usually that way right there can win a tournament.
Yeah, we had 14 pounds, but our big fish, that 7-pounder, he ended up dying on us about a little on up in the day. That water just got hot, and he was fine. He was fine 1 minute, and went back there, and he wasn't doing too good. And I did my best to, I even tried to put him back in the water and see if I couldn't get him to kick off in the water, but he just wasn't doing it. So we had to take a dead fish penalty.
We've been talking about that for the last couple of weeks here on the show about this hot water, about losing fish and all. And that's a classic case. You got big, healthy redfish, and excellent fishermen, and they're still having trouble at times.
And we were icing the fish down, putting ice in the live well, trying to cool that water down. It's just TH Marine G juice. It was a struggle.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Yeah, but now, I've talked to your dad and all after the tournament. He said it was an epic day because people catching fish all morning long.
Yeah, we were. Us and another boat, we were pretty close to each other, and every time you look over to them, they were hooked up. We were just nonstop action on some really solid fish.
Yeah. Now, it's always when you game plan. You showed me the tide chart, and he had a really strong outgoing tide. So sometimes you have a game plan, and then you look at the situation in nature, and you change it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's sort of what happened?
Yeah, well, we didn't really have too much of a game plan going into it, but I knew some areas I wanted to fish. This was Joe's first time going over there.
Oh, it was?
We didn't have time to go pre-fish because of our busy schedules, but I'd been over there a few times before, and I had some past experience with some places, and it just worked out where we were able to go, and one of my favorite spots over there, and they were there.
That's cool. And you had a weather delay any, or?
No weather delay. We had a couple pop-up storms that stayed pretty much to the west of us about 2:30 or so, right before we were supposed to go in anyway.
Now, you were talking about catching fish steady. Did y'all change baits in, or y'all pretty well stay the same bait?
We started with I started with a popping cork, and Joe always starts with the top water. It don't matter where he is, he's going to start with the top water.
Yeah.
We both love throwing top water a lot, but I started with a popping cork just to kind of change it up. A guy from over there that we know, he kind of gave me a tip. He said they're eating the popping cork right now, so I tried that, and then we pulled up in an area where it was kind of a little bit too shallow for the way I had that popping cork rig, so I picked up my copper spoon and went to work with that, and it didn't take long at all to have that first good one on the boat. How
did Joe do with his top water?
He put it down pretty quick when I picked up that spoon.
Well, that's cool. Okay, so that Emerald Coast Redfish Circuit, now don't y'all have another tournament or two coming up?
We've got two more on the schedule this year. We've got September 23rd is going to be in Pensacola.
Okay.
And then we have the championship. I think that's October 7th or the 14th.
Okay.
14th. Okay.
That's a great little circuit for guys who really were serious about it. Don't want to go, fish every weekend.
Right.
But once a month, y'all just fish at different areas.
Yes, we do. We have a lot of tournaments out of Panama City, but we go to Navarre, Destin, go to Pensacola. We had a tournament in Panacea this year.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to be able to go because of a wedding. I don't remember if it was just the boats weren't going to turn out or what, but they moved that.
Okay. That's a challenging place to fish too. I know some guys that fish down there, but
I've never got to fish Panacea, but I've heard it's quite the challenge.
Yeah,
to fish.
Is, but there's some big fish in there. We're going to take a final break. We've got a lot more pictures to show you, so we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Here with Michael Harris and Braden Harris, Seasons of Hope. That just helps a lot of folks. As simple as that. A lot of folks who are in need of help, and folks that are challenged and don't get to do some things unless they're tied in with Seasons of Hope. Let's take a look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time, 12:30 to 2:30, middle of the day, and 12:50, I'm sorry, last night, and today, 12:50 to 2:50. We've got a bunch of pictures. We're going to get started, so here we go. Michael, let's start on the first one right here.
That's Joe Myers from last year's tournament.
Oh, Joe, that's your fishing buddy. Now here's, I don't know what, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, country cousins.
Country cousins.
We're just, I don't need a lot of comment, okay? Last year.
Derek Derby and Brandy Derby.
Now Brandy, this couple fishes every year. I've known them since they were teenagers. They're just great folks
Very
out there.
supportive. They're always
supportive of you and always smiling and great folks. Check it out, Mom and Daddy.
Yeah, that was last year.
You look just like your daddy. I tell you what.
I've heard that a time or two.
Is it one of the little girls?
That was one of the winners from last year.
One of the winners. See what she won? That's what we're talking about. Each kid can win something.
Steve Pitts.
Oh yeah, Steve on there. This is that. So come this year.
And Rowan Blue, Johnny Blue, and Brittany Blue's daughter.
Yeah. And then.
I forgot what that family there cleaned house, as you can see.
They did well. I remember them coming in.
He's a boat captain at Bayplan. I forgot his name, but they
whole
did.
family fished.
Very nice family, and they cleaned out. There's the legend Gary Messick.
Yeah, it's hard to beat him, folks. He's going to be in the top three just about the last 30 years is all.
No doubt. Mark Thomas, and I forgot who he.
Old Mark is a fisherman. Old Thomas family.
Absolutely.
All right, there's a setup at Sunjammers.
Yeah,
okay, about a month from now, I want to see y'all Saturday afternoon at Sunjammers. They can buy. We have raffle tickets and all.
Yeah, raffle tickets and food.
There's Megan Miller. And
that was our two feature sponsors last year. Stacy Pippin with Chipotle Engineering and Carly Saucetime with the Saucetime Group. She's
the Saucetime family, very supportive.
Absolutely.
There's the family right there. Braden's out fishing and
we're doing a photo shoot.
There you go. Check out his guitar.
Yeah, I won the guitar last year. Every year we have a custom guitar.
A Sunjammer guitar. And that's a lot. That's some nice fish right there.
Burns and Tony Marshall. Here's Johnny Blue.
That's a nice trout.
Was a nice trout.
All right, so here it is here. But look at all the benefits. Here are the beneficiaries from Season Hopes Tournament. There are 12 different ones. You can go through them and see all kind of Elizabeth Bardoff and the cancer treatment for David, and then Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. There was that big toy drive.
Yep.
You helped Drew Pollard out, the Taunton Family Children's Home, just on and on. 12 groups and all that benefit from this and all. So that's got to be a lot of.
And all those people work hard to raise the money. Like the Bay Eye Wrestling team, Mark Deaton and Zach Deaton, and they spend a lot of their money. So
yeah,
and all the money gets split evenly between. The goal is $12,000, but if we don't reach it, it'll be split even with all 12 recipients.
So imagine if we raise $12,000, each one of those gets $1,000. So say for instance that toy drive, $1,000 worth of toys will go a long way.
Absolutely.
Drew Pollard gets a lot of folks coming in, and that thing's getting bigger and bigger.
He works really hard at that.
And y'all need to come to the party this year when the fish fry they have. That's when everybody's bringing them to. So that's the win. I love working with folks that do stuff like this. I've known them for so long and all. I knew Michael before the accident. He was doing good things for folks, and he just kept on going. I admire that. Braden, you graduated now. You having to work a little bit?
Unfortunately.
He's working hard. Every now and then I need something done at my place, and I call him up, and he takes care of it. So, you lawn business or?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. It keeps you busy, don't it?
Oh yeah.
It's been hot this summer.
It's been miserable. Absolutely miserable. I've never been so ready for cold weather.
You know, I was talking about, Gail and I were talking about the other day, I've worked outside a lot. I think this may be one of the hottest summers we've ever experienced. It really has.
It's gotten to the point where it's a struggle for me to go fishing anymore. It's so hot.
I went fishing the other day and with Bill Allen about 8:15, and I was just drenched or wet. And,
even getting out as early as you can, you still start sweating. It's hot.
Okay, let's get back to fishing. If I'm gonna put you on the spot now, the top three places, talking about the base system, you don't have to be specific where, but what three areas will you, if you were fishing a tournament this weekend, anywhere in the Panhandle?
Anywhere in the Panhandle.
Maybe not necessarily do it. Just give me three of them, maybe not in order. Where would you like to go in the bay system, like East Bay or Choctahatchee Bay, or?
If I had to pick my three, of course, our home bay. Whether it's just our whole bay system here in Bay County is so good. East Bay, West Bay, they're not, they got their time and places for the spots, but it's such a great fishery we have here for trout, redfish, and anything else. But the other two I'd probably pick would be the Port St. Joseph Sound. That's a great fishery in the Apalachicola Bay. Whether it's around St. George Island, all that down there on the south end is very good. North end around the river is very good too.
Yeah. We're just blessed in the Panhandle to have all these choices to go do that. And this summer, it's been a heck of a year for redfish from all this.
It has.
Have you had a good year with redfish?
We've had a pretty good year as far as catching them.
Yeah.
This hot weather, I remember I took some folks a couple weeks ago that we hunt with, and the tide was great. Everything was lined up to be great, and just this hot water had them shut down. It was tough.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start wrapping things up. Let's get back to one more time at the poster. Look, make sure you put this date on your calendar. This is September 16th, 1 month from now, and we'll of course talk about it some more.
Yeah, sponsorship. People want to sponsor. We have.
We didn't mention that. If you want to help sponsor it, how do they get a hold of you?
Call 850. It's on 850-630-8187.
That number right there. Call Michael Harris and say you want to help sponsor, and to benefit these 12 recipients and help all the other things that Seasons of Folk will be doing.
We appreciate the support.
Appreciate y'all doing. We run out of time. Flew by, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
All right, folks. Appreciate y'all watching. Give out a hand on this and help them out. Do something good for your fellow man. Have a great day. Enjoy the great outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.